Bismillah Rahmanir Rahim. We're gonna start today lesson number 9, Ad-Darsu Tasiu Rihlatun, a trip. Before we go through the main lesson, let's review the main topics that we studied in this in the last session. So this lesson is based on the passive form of the verb al-fi'lul mabniu lil majhul, and nastakhdimu al-fi'l al-mabniu lil majhul indama la nariful file. We use the passive form of the verb when we don't know the file, we don't know the doer of the action, because in Arabic the passive form does not have any file. وَأَيْضًا عندما يكون الفاعل هو كل الناس, and also when the file is everybody. أو عندما يكون الفاعل ليس مهما والمفعول به مهما جدا, or when the file is not important and maf'ul bihi is very important. So in these cases we use the passive form of the verb. Example is urifa sababu, the reason was known. So who told the reason, who disclosed it is not mentioned, but that the reason was known. So that means arafa is a when arafa ayu shakhsin sababa, when everybody he knew the reason. So here the ayu shakhsin, this is like kullu nas, everybody, when like the file is everybody. So in this case passive form of the verb is used. And here is another example, kutila ar-raisu, the president was killed. Who killed the president is not important. Is the important thing is that it was the president who was killed. So in a normal sentence, in the active form of the verb, the killer is the file, the person who was killed is maf'ul bihi, but here the file is out and the maf'ul becomes the deputy of file, and it also gets dhamma. So here falaysa muhimman man qatalahu, so here is not very important that who killed him. Al muhimmu annahu kutila, the important is that the president was killed. So this is the fi'l madin. This is one topic that we studied in this lesson. And then the other one is fi'l amrin, how the command verbs are, how they are used or how they are formed. So command verbs are formed. So command verbs only we can give command to the second person. We can't give command to the first person, means ana or nahnu, I or we. I can't give command to myself. I can't give command to somebody who is not present. So mean third person is out, first person is out. Only we can give command to the second person. So to make in other words, the commanding verb comes from the second person only, second person of the present tense. So if we take this example, sharaha yashrahu, to explain. So for anta tashrahu, anti tashrahina, antuma tashrahani, antum tashrahuna, antunna tashrahna. So they all second person, the verb forms of the second person. So the first step is make it majzoom. So we know tashrahu, we make it majzoom by putting dhamma here. Tashrahina, we just remove the noon because it's the 5 special verbs, which is like anti tashrahina, so noon is removed for to make majzoom. Antuma, noon is removed. Antum, noon is removed. So they all among the 5 special forms of the verb. So just they are made majzoom by removing noon. So we see that we have removed noon, And tashrahna, it is mabni, it won't change, this stay tashrahna. So that is the first step. And the next step is we also remove the harful mudare. So ta is also removed, and when we remove ta, the next radical has a dhamma, then which means we can't pronunciate the word if we remove ta. So that is why hamzatul wasl is added, and hamzatul wasl will get the sound of hamzatul wasl is if this ra has fatha or kasra, hamzatul wasl will take kasra. If ra has dhamma, the hamzatul wasl will take dhamma. In this case, ra has fatha, so this will take kasra. So then after removing ta, then we added hamzatul wasl, so it will be ishrah, rabbi shrah li, just like we pray rabbi shrah li sadri amri. So this is like ishrah, explain. If you wanna command somebody anta, you're gonna say ishrah, explain. For anti, ishrahi. For antuma, both of them ishraha. For all of them ishrahu. For all feminine ishrahna. So this is how the fi'l amr is formed. Nara fil bidayati fi'l amri harful alifi. We see in the beginning of fi'l amr this alif. وهو ألف خاص يكون في بداية فعل الأمر. This is the special alif which comes in the beginning of فعل الأمر. اسمه ألف الوصل. Its name is ألف الوصل, or we can say همزة الوصل. نكتبه دائما, it is always written. ولكننا ننطقه همزة في بداية الجملة فقط. But we pronunciate it if it comes in the beginning. If something comes before, just like when I said rabbish rahli, so I didn't pronounce this alif, so it's only pronounced when it comes in the beginning. If it does not come in the beginning, is not pronounced. وَلَكِنَّنَا نَنْتِقُهُ هَمْزَةً فِي الْبِدَايَةِ الْجُمْلَةِ فَقَط is only pronounced when it comes in the beginning of the sentence only. لِأَنَّ الفعل المضارع مجزوم بدون حرف مضارع يبدأ بسكون. Because we need this, because فعل المضارع without the فعل المضارع مجزوم without حرف المضارع, which is حرف المضارع is ta, which without حرف المضارع begins with the sukoon. Less like if we remove ta, it begins with the sukoon, so which we can't pronunciate, so that is why this is added. And وَهَذَا لَا يَكُونُ فِي اللُّغَةِ الْعَرَبِيَّةِ, in the Arabic language this is not possible that the word starts from the sukoon. And then the next topic was ismu istifham, particle of questioning, noun of questioning, and harful istifham, particle of questioning. So these are the nouns of questioning: maza, ma, man, mata, aina, kaifa. And they have a function in the sentence, so their function in the sentence will describe that whether they are mubtada, khabar, or maf'ul bihi, or whatever. So the answer to these questions will describe their i'rab, and these are ismu istifham, and then there are harfu istifham like hal, they don't have any function, so we say la mahalli laha min al i'rab, they have no place in i'rab, and the answer of these question is normally is like yes or no. They don't have any other function. So those were the main topics. Now let's study the main lesson. Rihlatun, a trip. Jamilatun Misru, Misr is beautiful. So we know Jamilatun is khabar, Misru is mubtada. So Jamilatun is khabrun muqaddamun marfoon wa lamatu rafi ad-damma, and Misru is mubtada muakhar marfoon wa lamatu rafi ad-damma. So Jumla ismiya. Fiha al-asaru al-kadimatu, in it there are the ancient remains or ancient ruins. So we can also define this, put i'rab on this sentence. So fi is harfu jarrin mabni ala sukoon, and ha is zamirun muttasirun mabni ala sukoon fi mahalli jarrin ism majroor. So fiha is jarun wa majroorun fi mahalli rafin khabar muqaddam. So fiha is khabar muqaddam, and al asaru is mubtada muakhar marfoon wa alamatu rafi ad-damma, and al kadimatu is naatun marfoon wa alamatu rafi ad-damma. Simple sentence. Min kulli asrin asarun. So Miss Egypt has many ancient remains from every era. Min kulli asrin, there is the some remain from every era. So min is harfu jarrin mabni ala sukoon, this sukoon. Kulli is ism majrur alamatul jarri al kasra wa huwa, when then it becomes mudaf, and then jarun wa majrurun is shibu jumla fi mahalli rafin, shibu jumla khabar muqaddam, and then kulli is mudaf, and asrin is mudaf ilayhi majrurun wa alamatul jarri al kasra, and asarun is mubtada muakhar marfoon wa alamatul rafi ad-damma. So there is some remain from every era, like min asril fara'anati al ahramatu wal mu'abidu, like from the pharaonic period or era there are the pyramids and temples. So min asril fara'anati is pharaonic era, and ahramat, pyramids and temples. Min al asril batlamiyi, and from the Ptolemaic era there is the Maktabatul Askandariya, there is the library of Alexander. So Maktabul Askandariya is the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, is a major library and cultural center on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea in Alexandria in Egypt. It is a commemoration of the Library of Alexandria, once one of the largest libraries worldwide, which was lost in antiquity. So it is from Wikipedia. Min al asril kibtiyi al kanaisu jamilatu, and from the Coptic era there are beautiful churches. Min al asril islami, and from the Islamic era there are al masajidu, they are the mosques, bi kababiha, with its domes, wa amidatiha, and its pillars, wa ma'aziniha, and its minarets. So Egypt has a very rich history, and there are signs from very rich and very long history. So they have ancient remains from every era. Sahiratun tabiyatu Misra, the nature of Egypt is very charming. Fiha, in it, al biharu are the rivers, wa garaibuha tahtal mai, and some unknown things. Garaibu is, I have some definition here. Garaibu mean ashya'u ghairul mutawakke, unfamiliar and unexpected, underwater things. Wa fiha al jibalul mulawwanatu fi Saina, and there in it are colorful mountains. In Saina is the place. So fi is harfu jarin mabni ala sukoon, fiha jarum majrurun, ha is zamirun muttasilun mabni ala sukoon fi mahalli jarin ism majrur, and wal jaru wal majruru fi mahalli rafin khabar muqaddam, and al jibalu is mubtada muakhar marfoon wa alamatu rafi ad-damma, and al mulawwanatu naatun marfoon wa alamatu rafi ad-damma. Fi Sainai is al jaru wal majrur. So these are i'rab on this sentence. Wa fiha al wahatul jamilatu fis sahrai, and in it there are the beautiful oases in the desert. So al wahat is oasis, is the green places in the desert. Wa fiha al kanatirul kadimatul khazrau, and there are in it there are the old green arches. Fiha kulli shayin liman yuriduhu, and there is everything one would like to have or to see. So now I have circled it. So I have circled anything, any verb which is the passive form, and I have put a rectangle or a square form like this for anything which is felu amrin, and this freehand like you can say circle is the harfu istifham or ismu istifham. So this is how I have identified these words. So zukira hazal kalamu fi kitabin sayyahiyin an misra. So now this is the first passive form of the verb that has come. So this statement, all this that I have read, this statement is from the book, from the tourist book about Egypt. This is mentioned in some book. Who is the writer of the book is not important. The important is that all these things are important. So that is why we need a passive form of the verb. So we can define, or we can put i'rab on this sentence also. So zukira comes from the verb zakara, past tense zakara in the means he mentioned. Zukira, it was mentioned, so is the past tense. For yaskuru, active form, and it will change to yuskaru in the passive form. So for us is now we have zukira. Zukira is fe'lu madin mabni lil majhul, is the past tense, past passive tense, and haza is ismul isharati lil kareeb fi mahalli rafin naib file. This is the naib file substitute, and al kalamu is, I mean we know that there is not going to be the file, and the file in the active form becomes the naib file in the passive form, with the passive form of the verb. Al kalamu is badal min haza, is actually badal, we have not studied yet, but is the substitute for haza. This statement marfoon masluhu alamatul rafi damma, and fi is harfu jarri mabni la sukun, kitabin ism majrur alamatul jarri al kasra wa huwa mudaf, and then siyahi mudaf ilayhi majrur alamatul jarri al kasra. Fafakkara Muhammadun fi rihlatin mal asdiqai ila hazihil amakina. So Muhammad thought about, he got an idea of having a trip with his friends to these places. So this is the active verb fakkara. Fakkara yufakkiru. So fakkara is fe'lu madin mabni al fathi, as a fatha. Muhammadun is fa'ilun marfuun alamatul rafi ad damma. This is the file. Fi harfu jarrin mabni la sukun, and rihlatin is ism majrurun walamatul jarri al kasra. Ma'a is zarfu mansubun walamatul nasbi al fatha wa huwa mudaf, al asdiqai mudaf ilayhi majrurun walamatul jarri al kasra. So there are some Arab on this sentence. Wakala, so he said, hazihil amakinu jamilatun wa yajibu an tuzara. He said these places are beautiful and we must visit. Sala Muhammadun asdiqahu, Muhammad asked his friends. So Sala is the active past tense, active form. Sala yasalu. So Sala is fe'lu madin mabni al fathi, has fatha. Muhammadun is fa'ilun marfuun walamatul rafi ad damma, Muhammadun, and asdiqa is maf'ul bihi mansubun walamatul nasbi al fatha, has fatha here, and then it becomes mudaf, and who is the mirun muttasil mabni ala dammi fi mahalli jarri mudaf alayhi, and then who is the pronoun, attached pronoun, and is mudaf alayhi. So he asked his friends, hal indakum waqtun li ziyarati al yawma, do you have time to visit me today? So hal is the, now comes the questioning thing, istifham. This is the harfu istifham. It has no function in the i'rab, like I said, and the answer to this question is gonna be yes or no. I mean no, there is nothing that you will see like in ismu istifham which gonna come later. So this is harf, let's put the i'rab here. Hal is harfu istifhamin mabni ala sukun la mahalli lahu min al i'rab. It has no function or no place in the i'rab. Indakum, inda is zarfu zarf mansub alamatun nasbi al fata, and then becomes mudaf. Kum is zamirun muttasilun mabni ala sukun, sukun here, fi mahalli jarri mudaf alayhi. Was zarf mudaf alayhi, then this zarf mudaf alayhi is fi mahalli rafin shibu jumla khabar muqaddam, then it becomes khabar muqaddam, and this is mubtada muakhar. مبتدا مؤخر مرفوع بعلامة الرفع الضمة. لي حرف جر مبني على الكسر. لي حرف جر. الزيارة زيارتي is two words. زيارتي plus يا. زيارت is اسم مجرور علامة الجر الكسرة. It has a kasra under this ta because of this li حرف جر, and then it becomes mudaf. Then ya, this ya mutakallam, al ya'u zamirun muttasilun fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi. And al yawma is zarfun zamanun mansubun wa alamatun nasbi al fatah. Okay, that was this. And then the next, suila Muhammadun. Now Muhammad was asked. Now who asked it? Not, we don't know. The file in the passive form, no file. So Muhammad was asked. So we can define this. So like we know, Sala is the in the active form, the past tense. Sala, it will change to suila in the passive form. So suila is fe'lu madin mabniun lil majhul, is the passive verb, and Muhammadun is naib fa'ilun marfun wal alamatu rafi ad-damma. Li maza is two things, li and maza ismu istifham fi mahalli jar ism majrur. So li maza حرف الجر مبني على الكسر, and maza ism مستفهم في محل ism majrur. So Muhammad was asked limaza, why? Qala, he said, satarifuna sababa fi baiti. So when he called them, they asked why you asking that we have time to visit him? He said satarifuna sababa fi baiti, you will know the reason in my house. Wakama kila, like it is said. So kala, from kala, active form will change to kila in the passive form. Like it is said, iza urifa sababu batul al ajabu. When the reason is known, the surprise is gone. So he said, I mean, he said some proverb that when the reason is known, the surprise is gone. So that is why he wanted to keep that surprise. So urifa is the is the verb of our interest, which is the passive form of the verb. So we can define this. So arafa yarifu, arafa will change to urifa in the passive form. Yarifu will change to yurafu. Here it is urifa, which is fe'lun madin mabni lil majhul, and asababu is naibun fa'ilun marfun walamatu rafi ad-damma, and batul al ajabu is the active form. So is actually batala yabtulu, to be ineffective. So batula yabtulu, batula is fe'lu madin mabni al fathi, and al ajabu is fa'ilun marfun walamatu rafi ad-damma. So now his friends is at his place. So Muhammadun wastiqahu fil baiti, in his home. So now there is a bit dialogue here. Kamal, his friend, is asking, Maza turidu ya Muhammad ishrah lana. So this is the first Fe'lu Amrin has come. He said, why do you want us, O Muhammad? Explain to us. So Maza now has come also. Maza is the ismu istifham. It will have some function in the sentence, which we know from the answer to this question. So Maza turidu, what do you want? Ishrah lana, explain to us. So you want what? So the answer of this is that I would say, I want this. So this is gonna be in the sentence, the answer to maza is gonna be maf'ul bihi. So that is why maza is gonna act as maf'ul bihi. So maza we can define like this: ismu istifhamin fi mahallin nasbin maf'ul bihi. This is maf'ul bihi, and turidu is coming from arada yuridu, and with anta it will be turidu. So turidu is failun mudariun marfoon walamatu rafi ad-damma, and Muhammad is fa'ilun marfoon walamatu rafi ad-damma. Ishrah lana. So ishrah we have seen before that how ishrah will be formed. So ishrah will be formed from verb sharaha yashrahu, because this is coming from tashrahu, which is anta tashrahu. So tashrahu we have to make this majzoom tashrah, and then chop this ta, and then put hamzatul wasl. So that is why it will change to ishrah. So ishrah is fe'lu amrin mabni ala sukun wa fa'iluhu damirun mustatirun taqdiruhu anta, because this is from anta tashrahu. Lana is jarun wa majrurun. So Kamal is saying, now explain to us why you wanted to see us. Muhammad is saying, fil bidayati, in the beginning, ishrabu shaya, drink the tea. He said first drink the tea. So ishrabu is another fe'lu amr. Let's see how that is formed. So shariba yashrabu, this is the past present tense, and from the present yashrabu for antum will be tashrabuna. So first of all we have to make it majzoom, and this is the five special verbs, and they are made majzoom by removing this noon, and this for antum. So first of all we have to remove this noon, and noon is gone, and then add remove, and also remove this ta and add hamzatul wasl, which is this. So then it will be ishrabu, because this ra has fatha, so it will be ishrabu. Ishrabu is fe'lu amrin mabni ala hazfi noon. Mabni is because of omission of noon, li'annahu min al-af'al al-khamsa. This is the five verbs. Wawul jamati, file, and wawul jamati, this waw here is the file, which indicates antum. And ashaya is maf'ul bihi mansubun walamatun nasbi al-fatah. Kamal, yushrabu shayu mal kalami, the tea will be drunk while we talk. So he said Muhammad wanted them to finish the tea first before he would explain. Kamal is saying we can still talk, but while we drink the tea. So yushrabu, this is the passive form of the verb, the present. So here I have some i'rab here. So yushrabu will come from yashariba yashrabu. In the active form is yashrabu, fail mudare, and then it will change to yushrabu. So yushrabu is failun mudariun mabniun lil majhul, is the passive, and ashayu is naibun fa'ilun marfoon walamatu rafi ad-damma, and ma is zarfun mansubun walamatu nasbi al-fatah wa huwa mudaf, this mudaf, and then al-kalami mudaf alayhi majrur walamatu al-jarri al-kasra. Muhammad is saying ismau ya awladu, ismana ya banatu, and now and two commanding verbs have come here, fe'lu amr. Ismau, listen O boys, and listen O girls. So how ismau and ismana, how they will be formed. So they come from verb samiya yasmau, and for antum yasmau will change to tasmauna. So we have to remove this noon and then remove the ta, so it will be ismau, because this meme has fatah. So if that middle letter has fatah or kasra, Felu amrin will take kasra. So this is because I'm saying ismau. And then for ismana will come is coming from this was for antum tasmauna. For antunna is tasmana, and for tasmana this is mabni. So it does not, we don't have to remove noon to make it majzoom. We just have to chop this ta and put hamzatul wasl. So that is why it becomes ismana. To listen. So isma'u is fe'lu amrin mabni ala hazfi noon li'annahu min al af'al al khamsa. This is the 5 verbs. And ya is harfu nida. We have not studied, but it's for particle for calling. And awladu is naib file marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma is naib file for isma'u. Similarly, this ismana ya banatu. Yuskaru fi hazal kitabi kalamun kasirun anal amakinil jamilati fi Misra. In this book there are many a lot of statements about the beautiful places in Egypt. In this book there are many things mentioned. Yuskaru, many things are mentioned about the beautiful places fi Misra. So zakara yazkuru, again this is the passive form of the verbs. From zakara yazkuru, yazkuru will change to yuskaru. So is the passive form of inactive form is yazkuru, and passive will change to yuskaru. To yuskaru, to mention. So yuskaru is fe'lun mudariun mabniun lil majhul, and kalam is naibun fa'ilun marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma. Kasirun is naat li kalam is the sifa for kalam marfun misluhu walamatul rafi ad-damma. Wa yukalu, kala will change to kila in the passive form, and yakulu, the present will change to yukalu. So and it is said innaha min ajmalil amakinis siyahiyati fil alami. It is said that these places are the beautiful places, tourist places in the world. Fama ra'aykum, so what is your opinion? So again this ma has come. What is your opinion? So the answer to this question will indicate what is the function of ma, which we say that Muhammad is asking their opinion, and the answer is kalamuka jamilun. That their opinion is that this is beautiful. So this beautiful is actually khabar in this jumla ismiya. So then ma is acting as a khabar in this sentence. So ma is ismu istifham mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin khabar muqaddam. Ra'yu is mubtada muakhar marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma wa huwa mudaf, and kum is zamirun mutasil mabni ala sukun fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayh. Kalamu ka jamilun, we have discussed this already. So kalamu is mubtada marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma wa huwa mudaf, and ka is zamirun mutasilun mabni ala al-fathi as fatha fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayh. Jamilun khabarun marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma. Walakin mal hadafu minhu. Kamal is saying, yes, this is a beautiful statement, but what is the purpose of it? So here ma has come again. So what is the purpose of it? The purpose of it is to visit something. So the answer could be al hadafu minhu an nazura hazihil amakina, that visiting these places. So in this sentence ma will be as a coming as a khabar here. Yeah, just like this one, this is acting as. So the answer to this question is going to be like a what is the aim or what is the purpose. So the purpose is in this jumla, and the next in the answer to this question jumla ismiya is going to be as a khabar for that jumla ismiya. So that is why I have mentioned ma is ismu istifham mabni ala sukun fi mahalli rafin khabar muqaddam, and al hadfu is mubtada muakhar marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma. Min is harfu jarrin mabni ala sukun, who is zamirun muttasil mabni ala ad-dammi fi mahalli jar ism majroor. Muhammad, nuridu an nazura hazihil amakina. We want visiting these places. So this is the active form, arada yuridu, and for nahnu it will be nuridu. So arada yuridu, nuridu is failun mudari marfu lamatul rafi ad-damma, as damma, wa fa'iluhu zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu nahnu, and this the file is hidden pronoun in it, which is nahnu. An is harfun nasbin mabni, an is the particle which will make fail mudari majzum, and we see that it is nazuru, zara yazuru, nazuru, but with an it is nazura. Zara yazuru nazura is failun mudariun mansubun bi an, because of an, walamatul nasbi al fatah, so is an makes it mansub. And hazihi is ismul ishara mabni dal kasri fi mahalli nasab maf'ul bihi, visiting what, these places. So hazihi is the maf'ul, and amakina is again badal, mansub, and it would have same arab as hazihi, badal mansub masluha walamatul nasbi al fatah. Khalidun jamilun, beautiful, walakin, but man yunazzibu hazihi rahla, who will organize this trip? So the answer of this man is, say, Muhammad will organize the trip. So Muhammad is gonna be mubtada in the answer. So that is why in the function of this man is, of this is ismu istifham is mubtada here. Let's see here. Man is ismu istifham fi mahalli rafin mubtada, and yunazzimu is coming from verb nazzama yunazzimu, to organize. So yunazzimu is failun mudari marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma, wa fa'ilu zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu huwa, and fa'il is the mustamir mustatir, which is huwa, which is yaudu ala, which is referring to man, who. And haza ismul ishara lil karim mabni al kasfi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bihi, again hazihi is maf'ul bihi, and rihla is a badal, and jumla failiya fi mahalli rafin khabar, and this man is mubtada, and this whole jumla failiya is coming as a khabar for man. Wa mata nakumu bihazihil rahlati, and when we will establish nakumu or start this trip, when we will go for this trip. So mata is when, so when is gonna be the time, so that is why is the function of this is gonna be like zarfu zaman or maf'ul fihi, we can say. So this is the function of this mata. So mata is ismu istifham mabni al fathi, zarfu zaman, which is we can also say maf'ul fihi. And kama nakumu is coming from the verb kama yakumu, from for nahnu it will be nakumu. So nakumu is failun mudariun marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma, wa fa'iluhu zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu nahnu. And b is b haza, from b is al-ba'u harfu jarin mabni al kasri, has kasra. Hazihi ism majrur walamatul jarri al kas, ism majrur mabni al kasri fi mahalli jar, and ar-rahlati is badal min hazihi, majrura misluha walamatul jarri al kasra. Suad is saying fil ijazati, in the summer, in the vacation. Umra, naam, yes. Wa fil ijazati waqtun tawilun, but in the vacation is a long time, I mean is far. Khalid is asking aina nazhabu, where we will go. So again, where we will go, this aina is again ismu istifham, the answer is where, is the place that we are going to. So that's gonna be zarfu makan. So this is the function of aina here is the zarfu makan. So aina is ismu istifham mabni al fathi, zarfu makan, and zahaba yazhabu, and for nahnu is nazhabu, failun mudari marfun walamatul rafi ad-damma, wa fa'iluhu zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu nahnu. Muhammad is saying ila sayna, we will go to sayna. And then again aina saynau, same thing like aina nazhabu. Muhammad is saying fi shamala sharqa misra, in the northeast of Egypt. Iftahil kitaba ya umra, again iftah is the fi'lu amrin. Let's define this first. So the verb is fataha yaftahu. To make fe'lu amrin, we have to make it first anta, because this is referring to Umar, which is ya Umar, which is the second person anta. So we have to change yaftahu to first anta, which is anta taftahu, and then make it majzoom tafta, then remove ta, add hamzatul wasl, and give, if it's fatah or kasra, then it will be if hamzatul wasl will take kasra, so it's ifta, to open. So ifta is fe'lu amrin mabni ala sukun wa fa'il zamirul mustatir taqdiruhu anta yaudu ala Umar. It is referring to Umar. The Umar is the fa'il, which is the hidden pronoun in it, that referring to Umar. And al kitaba is maf'ul bihi mansubun wa alamatun nasbi al fatah. We see the fatah here. Open the book. Similarly, Muhammad is asking Fatima, unzuri ma'ahu, look with him, look, unzuri, look with him. I mean, Umar will open the book and you also look at the book, you also see in the book. So unzuri is another fe'lu amrin. Let's see how that is formed. So unzuri is coming from the verb nazara yanzuru, because this is for Fatima is anti, ya Fatima, second person feminine anti. So we have to for anti is yanzuru will change to tanzurina. Now to make it majzoom, remove this noon, because this is the one of those 5 special verbs. So remove the noon and then add, also remove this first ta and add hamzatul wasl. In this case, this middle letter nazara, this middle za has dhamma, so that is why it's going to be unzuri. Is going to take the same sign, unzuri. So unzuri is fe'lu amrin mabni ala hazfi noon lianna min al fa'il khamsa wal yaw zamir fa'il yaudu ala Fatima, and the file here is ya, which indicates Fatima. Ma is zarf mansubun wa alamatun nasbi al fatah wa huwa mudaf, and who is al haw zamirul mutasir mabni ala dhammi fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alayhi. So you both look at the book and then summa ishraha lana, then explain to us. So ishraha is another fe'lu amrin. So it's coming from for antuma, because it's for both of them antuma. Let's see how that is formed. Isharaha yashrahu, for antuma is tashrahani. To make it majzoom, we have to remove noon, is because it's one of those 5 special verbs which are made majzoom by removing the noon. Remove the noon and then also remove this ta, add hamzatul wasl, and this the middle letter, this yashrahu has fatah, so it's going to take kasra. Ishraha fe'lu amrin mabni ala hazfi noon liannahu min al af'alil af'alil khamsa wal alifu, and alif is the file here. This alif is the file for, because this is musanna, this is dual. Lana is jarun wa majrurun. And then explain to us Fatima, Hawla, then now she is explaining Hawla Sayna Maun Mina Salasi Jihatin. Around Sayna, that place, it has water from around it in 3 directions. There are water in the 3 direction and one side is connected to land. So Hawla is zarfu makan mansubun wa alamatul nasbi al fatah wa huwa mudaf, and Sina is mudaf alayhi majrurun wa alamatul jarri al fatah. We have not studied some words, they don't have the kasra form, which we call mamnu min as-sarf, which is prohibited. So this is one of those words we will have not studied yet. And maun, and then this shibu jumla zarf wal idafa, and this shibu jumla is khabar muqaddam, and then maun is mubtada muakhar marfu' wa alamat rafi ad-damma. And Umar is saying wali haza fa innaha shibu jaziratin, and because of that, because it has water in 3 direction, is called peninsula. So I have here, a peninsula is a piece of land that is almost entirely surrounded by water, but it is connected to the mainland on one side. So the Arab of this sentence is innaha shibhul jazira. Inna is harfu tawkidin wa nasbin, and ha is mirun muttasirun wa binasku fi mahalli nasbin ismu inna. Ha is ismu inna, and shibu is khabru inna marfu wa lamatu rafi'a damma. Shibu khabru inna is marfu, ismu inna is mansub wa huwa mudaf, and then jaziratin is mudaf li majrur lamatul jarri al kasra. Kaifa an nazhabu illa sayna, how we will go to Sayna, how we'll go there. So going there by car is like, so we'll explain what is the function of kaifa through the use of car, by car. So is we have not studied the hal yet, but this gonna be I have here. So kaifa is ismu istafa mabni al fathi fi mahalli nasbin hal. This is actually indicating in what condition we go there. And nazhabu is zahaba yazhabu, for nahnu is nazhabu fi'lun mudari marfu'un wa lamatu rafi'a damma, wa fa'ilu zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu nahnu, and is for nahnu ila sayna is jarun wa majrurun. Muhammad is saying nazhabu bisiyarati, we will go by car. Kamalun halit tariqu tawilun, is the way long, and hal is not ism, is the particle for istifham which has no function in a sentence in the Arab. So we can define this statement, put Arab here also. Hal is harfu istifhamin mabni ala sukun la mahalli lahu min al Arab, it has no function in Arab. And at-tariqu is mubtada marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma, tawilun is khabrun marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma. So Kamal is asking, is it is a long drive there? Muhammad is saying qalilan, no, it's short. Umar wa sanashuru bil jui, so then what he's saying, we will become hungry, but then we will feel hungry. For hal sanakulu fi tariqi, then what? Hal sanakulu fi tariqi, if we become hungry, then he's saying that it's a short trip, but if we become hungry, then are we gonna eat on the way? So hal is again harfu istifham mabni ala sukun la mahalli lahu min al i'rab, and sana, this scene is makes the present tense, gives the meaning in future, so is called asinu harfu istiqbal. And akala yakulu, then nakulu is for nahnu nakulu, failun mudari marfu'un wa lamatu rafi'a damma, fa'iluhu zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu nahnu, and is the one of those 5 pronouns which in the present tense that can have the hidden file. So this is hidden here, zamirun mustatirun fihi taqdiruhu nahnu, and fihi harfu jarrin mabni ala sukun, at-tariqi ism majrur lamatul jarri al kasra. And then Muhammad is saying anta jayun daiman, are you always hungry? So here one is anta and one is the harfu istifham, this first hamza. So this first hamza is harfu istifham mabniun la mahalli lahu min al i'rab, has no function in i'rab. And anta is zamirun munfasilun mabni al fathi, anta has fatha, anta. So it has a fatha here. Zamirun fasil mabni al fathi fi mahalli rafin mubtada, anta is mubtada, jayun is khabrun marfu'un wa lamatu rafi ad-damma. Ya ummi, O my mother, utbukhi ta'aman kasiran li rahlati, make a lot of food for the, cook a lot of food for the trip. So utbukhi is again is felu amrin. So let's see how that is formed. So it's coming from the verb tabaha yatbuhu, to cook, because he's asking his mother. So Ummi, so it's gonna be from Anti. So for Anti, Yatbuhu is Tatbukhina, and remove the noon to make it majroom, and remove this ta, add Hamzatul wasl, and Hamza, because this Yatbuhu ba has the dhamma, so this gonna be this Hamzatul wasl will have dhamma. Utbukhi Felu Amrin Mabni bihazfi noon li'annahu min al-fa'il al-khamsa, wal ya'u is the file for Anti. And Ta'amari maful bihi mansubun wa alamatun nasbi al-fata, kasirun sifa mansub wa alamatun nasbi al-fata, and lirrahlati is jarun wa majrurun. So that completes this the main lesson. We will do some linguistics, al-lugwiyat, and the exercises in the next session, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.